You remember how people talked for days, weeks, months afterwards about Sean and his letters about how cats love to fly?
Yes. It was terrible.
Cats love to fly.
No, they don't.
Well, I think this letter could be framed and placed on the same wall, hung at the same eye level as cats love to fly.
Sweet. That's an accomplishment.
Yes. And I'm going to read it for you now, having, I think, selected the proper musical accompaniment. Something appropriate, not overstated, that fits the tone of the accomplishment we're about to enjoy.
Oh, God.
Dear Dave, I haven't the words to express the depth of my gratitude, the very magnitude of my appreciation for the recent and ample blessings bestowed upon me as a result of the fruits of your labors, Dave. Last Friday night, I was with my brother and a friend playing pool at Gaslamp Billiards. Nothing special, really, just guys' night out. Around 10:30, a stretch limousine pulled to the curb outside, and from its darkened interior poured forth a gaggle of very attractive women. There were 7 of them, decked out in wonderfully tight-fitting Friday night look-at-me finery. One lovely lass was sporting a ridiculous-looking crown and veil of tissue paper and bits of string and fluff. We surmised it was either a bridal shower or birthday party. The group in question had the wonderfully noticeable glow and manner of those who had just placed one foot firmly over the drinking for effect line. They sauntered into the establishment, and God bless the man behind the counter, wound up playing at the table right next to ours. It started innocently enough. Us taking advantage of the occasional glance toward an exposed thigh here, cleavage spilling out there. We talked enough to find out that Julie, the one in the crown, was getting married on Sunday. Further exploratory conversation revealed that 4 of the 7 were single and either completely unattached or not really seriously dating. This upped the odds considerably in my favor, as my brother is married and our friend Doug is engaged. I shamelessly flirted with all 4, hedging my bets and hoping they were too inebriated to notice that I was putting the moves on all of them. Amazingly, all San Diego natives and the subject of the morning show came up when Melody, the maid of honor, started playfully but earnestly, she stated, that she didn't have a penis. What? I asked her. She said, oh, nothing, something I heard on the DSC. I explained that I was a regular listener, as was my group, and for the next hour or so, we went over our favorite bits while playing 8-ball, our favorite best of tapes and CDs, favorite on-air games, and favorite Abramowitz moments. Your show gave me the opportunity to cut through all the small talk and really learn something about my target. These ladies. It was nearing closing time. Many rounds had been purchased for the bridal party. The bride was a greenish tinge and was escorted out to the waiting limo by 3 of her friends. Melody and Krista, with whom I felt I had made the best impression, were lingering, hemming and hawing about exchanging phone numbers and maybe catching up with each other another time. Don't go yet, I told the 2. I'm just going to close out our tab and we'll talk outside. I had turned my back to walk to the bar and settle the bill when I heard it. Intended as a whisper, I'm certain, but unmistakable.
Really?
I froze mid-step. Turned around, raised my eyebrows at the grinning, giggling girls. I beg your pardon, I said. Melody stepped right up to me, put her hands on my chest, and said, I was telling Krista that you're worth a She looked me straight in the eye as she said it. I glanced over at Krista, who nodded her approval.
Oh, my God.
I agree, was her simple statement. I left them at the table, went to close the tab, all the while screwing up my courage. I decided to go for all or nothing. Returning to the table, I pulled up a stool, looked first at Melody, then at Krista. Putting a hand on each of their knees, I said, well, if you're that familiar with DSC terminology, then you've probably heard these 4 little words together before. Glorious. Dave, before I could finish, the ladies had broken into 1,000-watt smiles as they chorused, "Three-way sex!"
Oh, my God.
They dissolved into fits of laughter. At first, I thought I had ruined any and all chances I might have had with one or the other. Then Krista handed me a key. A hotel room key. We're splitting a
Daddy.
suite at the Marriott. We can't ditch the gang, but Julie looks like she's down for the count. We'll be there in about 30 minutes. I helped them out to the limo, said my goodbyes to all the ladies, received an especially long hug from the bride-to-be as she slurred drunkenly that I was gonna make some lucky biatch a great effing husband.
What a lovely bride.
She either hiccuped or mini heaved at this point, so
no.
I set her gently into her seat and went to take my leave of my brother and Doug. I could see the mixture of jealousy and pride in their eyes. I arrived at the hotel rather quickly, and they took a bit longer than originally thought. I watched 45 minutes of TV, and I was just getting ready to leave, guessing that they were sobering up and having second thoughts, when there was a soft knock at the door. I opened it to find both Melida and Krista smiling in at me. "You're not even undressed," said Krista as she came through the door.
Oh, my God.
"What, did you go through our luggage, raid the fridge?" Okay, I thought I was getting the heave-ho when I noticed she was taking off her blouse. She threw it over the back of the chair and embraced me. We were in the middle of a deep kiss when I felt hands undressing me. We were... Melody was... I'm sorry. My eyes are glazing. I'm losing
You need
consciousness.
help on the little throne?
We've got a king bed in that bedroom and a queen in this one. We shuffled towards the king bed, and it was indeed glorious.
Wow.
When we finally dozed off, the sky was starting to lighten. I awoke around 9:45 to find a woman still on either side of me. I got out of bed waking only Melody, whom I pacified with the excuse of going to the bathroom. I grabbed my jeans shirt and went into the living room. I ordered a champagne brunch and then showered in the other bedroom. When the food arrived, I was cleaned up and dressed. I tipped the bellboy who brought the food and noticed him looking at the women's garments strewn about the room. I took the cart and wheeled it in to the sleeping ladies, who stirred groggily but happily when they realized a meal was there. We chatted for about an hour as we ate, discussing the impending nuptials, San Diego, work, everything but the previous night's antics. I decided there was little chance of a repeat performance when I was given a demure peck on the cheek by one and a soft, sweet kiss by the other. I opted to leave my phone number on the bureau when the ladies went to shower, then I slipped out. The phone may ring sometime soon, Dave. Sometime soon, sometime later. It may never. Who knows? But thank you. Thank you, sweet Lord in heaven above, thank you. And God bless Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw.
That's sweet. That's beautiful. And he shared it with us.
Yeah, he shared the letter. Hey, Brody, next time call me. Come on. That's the lottery, folks, right there.
Yeah. Man. Dude, scores.
You do know that is the mother lode for guys.
Oh, yeah. I
Okay,
agree.
making sure.
It's not so bad for the women involved either.
No, I know.
I think they had fun.
Yeah, I know. But, you're going to roll over eventually and start making fun of the guy after he leaves. For him, he's the king and shall never be dethroned. Brody, you are my man.
And a cool name.
Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. I'll be right back. KGB.